What does it mean to start over? What the heck does that mean? I kind of see it as a promotion from the universe, a life promotion. And it doesn't matter what you're starting over as. Maybe you're starting over as a newly married woman, and now you are promoted to wife. What does that look like for you? Maybe you're promoted to motherhood. Maybe you're promoted at work. And then there are the promotions we choose. I choose to promote myself to take better care of my health. I choose to promote myself to take these classes and learn this thing that I want to learn. We promote ourselves all the time, and it's starting over, because starting over simply means you're going from where you were or where you are to where you want to be. And this opportunity to start over is expanding you as a human being. Now, when we are starting over, I tend to kind of think of this as a pros and cons list, right? If there's something that I want to do, I create a list, and the con side is all the reasons I don't think this will work, or maybe have limiting beliefs about why it won't work, or why it's probably not a good time to do it right now. But then the pro side, the pro column, those are all the reasons that I want to do it. Those are all the reasons that I believe I can do it. Those are all the reasons that, yes, this is going to be phenomenal for me. And then I started thinking about the pros and cons list, and I thought, okay, pro, let's think about that. Pro is the want thing, the thing you want. And then motion is energy, right? We're moving. So promotion, in my mind, became moving towards something that I want. But what happens when the universe throws you a promotion, just lands in your lap, and you're like, hey, this was not what I asked for. This is not a promotion I think I'm ready for. Think of it like maybe at work, you get promoted. Now, the people who were your buddies, your friends at work, people that you sat with in the lunchroom, now they answer to you. So you got this promotion. Now you have to figure out, like, how do you make that shift? How do you go from being the person they hung out with to being the person that they report to? So there is that kind of promotion. Anything that comes with forward momentum, motion, there are always going to be new challenges, new opportunities. But what about those promotions that life throws you, like divorce, sickness, downsizing of your job, loss of job? How do you work around those promotions? How do you see that as a promotion? How do you not see it as a demotion? Well, every promotion is an opportunity to reinvent ourselves. It's an opportunity to start over. Now, here's one of the promotions that life threw at me that I absolutely didn't see coming. Hold my feet over the fire, and I can tell you I didn't see it coming. Now, when I was going through it, yeah, I could look back and say, yeah, I could see, but when I was going through it, no way. So my husband of 32 years told me he wanted a divorce, and I was thinking, what? Now, mind you, he was out of work at the time. I was working two jobs, my corporate job and the coaching job that I have, my coaching business. And I thought, okay, not gonna panic. He's out of work, but I have the ability to create more money for us with my coaching job, plus add that to the work that I'm doing in my corporate job. I can handle this. I can handle this until he gets a job. But then he threw the promotion at me. Hey, I want you to file for divorce. So now I was promoted to the person filing for divorce. Now I was promoted to a whole new world of something. What does that mean? I'm promoted from an us to a me. I'm promoted from a empty nester to trying to figure out how does this work with me going out and being just a me. And it was so interesting because now I'm telling you, there was a lot of crying. There was a lot of crying. A lot of me thinking like, oh my gosh, I zigged when I should have zagged, or I don't know what's wrong with me, am I not good enough? But really, the more that I thought about it, the more I realized, I was really on top of the world at that time. As I said, I had my corporate job, I was expanding my coaching business, and I felt really good about myself. But then here's the thing. Now I'm thinking to myself, well, how can I continue with my coaching business, my coaching work that I do when my life is falling apart? Who's going to want to, pay any attention to anything that I have to say? Who's going to want to work with a life coach, a life teacher whose life is falling apart? There was another opportunity for me to reinvent myself, because when we reinvent ourselves, we're reinventing ourselves here before we can reinvent ourselves anywhere else. So I realized, like, okay, if I am going to keep telling myself that no one wants to work with me, that no one's going to find value in what I do because my life is imploding, I think the best way is to get ahead of it, to put it out there. And what I did was, that's when I wrote my first book. I published my first book and I said, you know what? Full transparency. My life is the way it is. And you know what? My life was what I said it was, but I wasn't always really honest because I didn't let people know. These are the secrets that I kept hidden. These are the things that I wanted the world to know, the outside, friends, family. This is what I want you to know. But these are the things that I keep inside of me. These are the things I don't talk about. And I thought, if it was time, if everything was falling apart, if I was being promoted to this divorced status in my life, then it's time to make some choices. It's time to reinvent myself. Now, I am not saying, hear me on this, I am not saying that I was like, oh, I am woman, hear me roar. I will tell you, it was scary. I was afraid. And I had so many doubts about myself. I thought, what are my children going to think of me? How can I move forward? How can I succeed? How can I make myself be all that I want to be? Shouldn't I be cowering? Shouldn't I be miserable? Shouldn't I be sad? Shouldn't I, just fail at everything because I failed at that? No, 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 no. So if you can relate to this, what's going on in your life right now that you're seeing as a demotion, something that is the world or the universe or life has thrown at you, something you don't want? How can you turn it into a promotion? How can you turn it around? How can you turn that thinking around? Maybe you've just been promoted to divorce status. Maybe you've just been promoted to in the process of divorce status. Maybe you have been promoted to a healthier you, an opportunity for a healthier you. There are so many opportunities for us to promote ourselves, but I think that the tendency is for us to not believe in ourselves. The tendency is to lean towards that, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I failed. Oh, I just have to be miserable. Or what are people going to think if I thrive in spite of everything that's going on? Because you know what? People are going to judge you no matter what. When you're going through a divorce, friends and family, they pick sides. They have their own opinions. And of course, they pick sides and they have their own opinions, not only based on what you have put out there for all those years you were married, but also based on how your divorce is going to impact them. Now they have to choose, right? Do I pick him? Do I pick her? What do I do? Do I just ignore both of them? What do I do? So there's this feeling of loss. And it's the same thing with any promotion. How am I going to do this? Am I supposed to step into this role of, this bigger role, Are people going to think I'm full of myself? Are people going to think that I've become really arrogant? And then what happens? As we're reinventing ourselves, as we're starting over, we're actually making decisions based on what we think other people are going to accept. And if we do that, we are constantly looking for approval. We are constantly in our mind saying, tell me I deserve this. Tell me I deserve to be happy. Tell me I deserve to love my life. Tell me I deserve to move forward. And that's asking permission. That's asking permission. When you're continually asking for permission to be your most powerful self, that's very disempowering. I'd love to know some of the things that you've experienced, that you've seen as a demotion. I'd love to have a dialogue going on here. I'd love for you to leave some comments and let me know what were some of the experiences that you had in your life that you thought, yeah, this is a total just demotion. That's the way I'm going to word it. This is ruining my life. My life is never going to be the same. I am doomed. How can I hold my head up? How can I possibly move forward in life? And then what came out of it? But the thing is as we put one step in front of the other, we are creating forward momentum. Now, the going to bed, pulling the covers over our heads, that's the demotion. That's the moving back and like, oh, no, I can't handle this. But the promotion, that moving towards what you really want, that feels good. And anything that feels good is your higher self letting you know, hey, you're moving in a direction that really fulfills you, that fills you up, that lights you up. Do you want to keep moving in this direction? Great. If you do, I'm going to send you more stuff, more good feelings, more good experiences. Because I can tell you, when I decided, all right, if I'm losing everything, I'm losing my marriage, my home, life as I knew it. If I'm going to go down, then I'm going to go down my way. So I quit my corporate job and I decided, that's it. I am putting all my attention, energy, and focus in my own business, working with women. I wrote my first book. And then I'm sitting home and I'm thinking, well, now what do I do? Now, where do I start? There was so much that I didn't know. And that, again, can feel like a demotion, right? You feel like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Did I really screw up my life? I don't know. But we have forward momentum when we are holding the light, when we are seeing the possibilities. And if you've got to make lists, if you've got to talk to people, that's okay. If you've got to ask for help, that's okay. Think about all the things you did before you got this promotion. How is your life different now? What does starting over mean to you? Does it bring you fear? Or are you getting a little bit excited about it? Or are you getting a lot excited about it? What does this starting over process look like for you? Whether we believe it or not, life is always moving forward. There are always reinventions. There's always that promotion that life is going to throw at us. I'd love to know some of your comments. What are some of the experiences that you had that you actually thought were a demotion when, as time went on and you made the choices that you made, you realized, hey, I've got this. Hey, this has come about from this. What are some of the things that you've done? I'd love for you to leave comments. And you know why? Because you never know how many people are watching this video. And you never know that's about something that I say that might spark something in them. but something you comment might be exactly what they needed to hear. And isn't it wonderful to know that we can uplift women simply by sharing an experience, letting people know, you know what? Yeah, I had to start over. I was thrown this promotion in life. Yeah, I XYZ. And then I prospered. I gained forward momentum. I realized that there's so much to life, so much that life has to offer. And I would never have experienced all of this stuff if that promotion had not come along. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. If you're going through some type of promotion and you'd like some support with this, visit me at masteringyourbeliefs.com. Get your free resources. Let me know how I can support you. Leave some comments here. And in the meantime, love your life. Love you. This is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.